I called the Family Crisis Center and asked them if they have a shelter. Quickly, I got interviewed, but rejection. But luckily, I got an offer that's seeking for a shelter to a 7-figure net worth. And here are the top 5 lessons that I learned throughout my journey. Hi there, my name is Venus. If you're watching this video and wondering how you can turn your life around from broke to 7 figures, I got you. I have been there. I have gone through the entire process. And what makes it even extra harder for me is I have a kid and I'm a single mom. So I would like to share my lessons and how I was able to pull myself out of that situation in just 3 years. And hopefully I can share some lessons and you can pick up from me and you can turn around your life fast as well. So let's go back to the first year of my struggle, 2021. It actually begins from 2020, the year when COVID hits, and I quit my full-time job and I started a business on the side, and it didn't go well. So in that small business, I lost a lot of money. And also at the same time, my marriage started to struggle and things started to fall apart. And it came to a very low point in my life in the year 2021, beginning of 2021. And I remember I called the Family Crisis Center and asked them if they have a shelter. And that was how low my life was. And later on, we decided to separate, and I live with my child and my ex live in a different place. And from the first day of the separation, I started to look for a job and started recruiting, revised my resume, and I dropped dozens, if not in the hundreds of opportunities on the posting. And I reached out literally to everyone that I know. Not only the people I know, the people like I'm used to be close to, the people I haven't spoken in years, and also the people that I only know their names, have their LinkedIn. I reached out regardless, and even some of the strangers on LinkedIn, I'm just seeking for help. And very quickly, I got interviewed, but rejection. And it helped me to realize where my weak point is, and I started to make improvement and start practicing. I started to scripting my interviews and write down my story, and I started to hone on my stories. And but I was still very, very nervous because back of my mind that I know I cannot fail. I don't have the luxury to fail. I'm not like anyone that's someone who have a safety cushion, who have some sort of safety net that they can fall behind. I have nothing I can fall behind. If I fail, I might even lose my custody of my child, which kind of pushed me to an edge of that because I know I cannot fail. So I tried everything and I worked extra hard on every single interview preparation. I was still pretty nervous. In one of the interviews, I remember I had to hold on a rock to release some of the nerve from how nervous I am when people ask me those questions. But luckily, I got an offer after one of the very tough interviews, and they called me on the second day and said, I'm willing to extend you an offer. And that's a turning point where things start to become better. Things start to gradually turn into a positive point. And I didn't took my first offer because it was too low, and I was able to score multiple offers and get the best one. And afterwards, even though I got an offer, this is in the mid-year of 2021. I haven't started my job yet, but I had to plan for a cross-state move with just only myself, without any help, with my small child. And it was very, very difficult. As you can imagine, that was a very stressful point of my life, and everything is basically dependent on this new job that I took on. And I basically took a risk of moving me and myself and to start in this new job. And my ex at the same time, he's trying to talk me out of the child support responsibility as well as financial distribution. And that was an epiphany moment for me, because before that point, and I never realized how important money is. I always had this mindset of money doesn't matter as much, everything that's important in your life, which I think there's still truth to that, but it was an epiphany moment. I started to realize that money has power, money is energy, and we trade our time for money, and basically that means we trade our life with money. Now thinking back to that statement, that saying I don't care about money is basically a very low self-esteem statement, that's saying I don't care about my time, I don't care about my energy, I don't care about my life. So having that epiphany moment is made me the switch instantly in my head that I know I need to take control of money in my life. So I started budgeting for the first very time. I started writing down all my expenses and my saving target and my income projection. So I started to get a picture of what my annual financial picture looks like, and then I use that to project out a couple years down the road to make a longer term financial plan for myself. And that budgeting system I used for the past few years, and it paid huge dividends for me when I started to understand my money flow, what it goes in, what it goes out, what goes to investment, and what am I investing in, all that entire flow of the system. That really changed the game for me. So with my budgeting plan, I started saving very aggressively from 2021 because I am craving for that safety net, for that financial cushion. If anything would ever happen in my life like that dramatic again, I will at least have something that in my pocket that can help me to relax and not holding on to that much of the stress and anxiety. So that was my 2021. I was mostly just settling in and figure out and navigate my financial situation. And in the year of 2022, my divorce case is still ongoing. There's a lot of back and forth negotiation and trying to figure out the situation. It was very, very difficult. But at the same time, I took my financing control. I following my budgeting plan, and in the year of 2022, even though when I made more because I switched the team, I changed the job transition, which was, by the way, also very hard because 2022 was a very difficult year for tech, and there was a lot of hiring freezes, and my transition was being impacted by that. But I was able to go through that, and which resulted eventually a bump to my pay because the new position was in a better category of job, and so I was able to earn more as a result. Even though I earned more, I didn't upgrade my lifestyle in any major way. Of course, I treat myself once a little while with some to stick to that very simple, minimalistic budgeting and living plan, continues to save a very large amount of my income. And also in the year of 2022, I started putting even more thoughts into investing and started to look into those researches and really understand the intrinsic value of the company I'm investing into, and started to form a long-term investing mindset. And I started to gradually position in certain of the areas that I think it will be a good long-term bet. Moving into the year of 2023, where I think things start to get better, but on the New Year day, my daughter broke her arm, which was very hard for me to go through. And throughout the year, I took her multiple times to urgent care for different reasons, but luckily, knock on the wood, she's healthy and happy now. In the year of 2023, I really started to double down on my savings and on my investments and start to scaling up certain positions I have done years of researches in. And those are the things that gives me more confidence because of the knowledge I gained in the past years. And that really gives me confidence to put more things into the companies that I believe in. And also because the interest rates start to peak and the market start pricing in after the interest rate cuts. And so the stock market has been doing well since towards the end of 2023. And I started to see that payoff. I don't want to go into too much detail there, but I just want to say that investment is a very long-term journey for me, and I don't have any one of those short-term made trades that make a significant difference. It always has been a position that have been built from the last couple years, and as well as all the researches and modeling, understanding the company goes into it. Another good thing happened in 2023 was I worked really hard for the position I was in, and I got promoted, and that gives me another very nice pay bump. So I was able to increase my W2 income even higher, which was very nice. But again, I don't inflate my lifestyle, and I'm still living in the same place I'm living in 3 years ago, and which actually brought me a lot of peace that I know I could manage my finance very well, and I can take control over my finance and have a very safety net built out for myself and my daughter's future. So all of these years hard work, I was able to pull myself out of a situation on the edge of being broke, that's seeking for a shelter, to a 7-figure net worth. And here are the top 5 lessons that I learned throughout my journey. Number 1 is money matters. Don't let anyone tell you that money doesn't matter, and someone who's saying that probably because they don't have a lot, and probably because they have their own insecurities towards money. And we have to treat money with respect because we spend so much time and energy to trade that with money, and respecting money is in a way to respect your own energy, time, and life. And secondly, financial planning and budgeting is very important. It's not only about the financial aspects of it, it's also about think about budgeting and financial planning is a way to plan your life. Because like I said, we trade our time and energy for money, and you better want to manage it well. Number 3 is to seek for additional income. So if you're a creator or entrepreneur that you're working for yourself, and that can be in the way of seeking for extra income source or increase your growth or increase your income. If you're a W2 employee like myself, that's my mainstream of income, and also finding ways to up-level yourself and make yourself more valuable in that market, and find ways to get promoted, or finding a different position and different company even can give you a pretty nice pay bump. Number 4 is investing, and investing early. And this is a little bit tricky for beginners because everybody's very hesitant to put their hard-earned money in something that they have very little knowledge about. The best thing that I believe you could do for yourself is to study the hell out of it. There's no other way around it, and I personally is not a strong believer in ETFs because I believe that even in investing in ETF, you still need to do your own research to understand what are the companies and what are the composition of the portfolio and what are the pros and cons and expense ratio and how do they manage your money. There's a lot of stuff goes into it, and there is no other way around making sure that you absorb as much knowledge as you can and really educate yourself, make yourself one of the experts in the area that you're investing in, and also only investing in the things and areas that you know, that you understand. And number 5, last, also is the most important, is to believe in yourself. Don't take no as an answer. If I took a no as an answer for my first 5 interviews or as resume jobs that rejected me, I would have ended up in a completely different place than where I am today. So don't let anyone tell you that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And believing in yourself and having that strong sense of trust in yourself and believing in yourself, and you can achieve any goals that you assigned for yourself. So just to keep trying, I believe you'll get there. Thank you so much for watching to this point. If you're interested in my budgeting video, make sure to check it out. I'll link a link down below. Subscribe if you like contents that when we talk everything about money, and I'll see you next time. Bye.